Following Zhang Yi's brutal neutralization of Zhang Yuanzheng, who was left writhing in agony after having his teeth and tongue shattered by a muffled gunshot, the focus shifted to the terrified idol Kai Mingyu. Trembling and desperate, Kai Mingyu pleaded for his life, offering himself and others in exchange for mercy, a proposition Zhang Yi dismissed with exasperation. Recognizing the idol's complete uselessness in the apocalypse, Zhang Yi mockingly demanded that Kai Mingyu sing his signature hit 100 times to earn his freedom. When Kai Mingyu's initial attempt was deemed inadequate, Su Hao added the humiliation of requiring dance and rap elements. Zhang Yi then forced Kai Mingyu to perform energetically under the threat of immediate execution, using the idol's degradation as a strategic tool. This public display of dominance served a specific tactical purpose. Zhang Yi and Su Hao walked openly through the Yonk Manor neighborhood, revealing their weapons and projecting an image of reckless brutality. The gunshot and the subsequent spectacle drew the attention of numerous residents watching from their windows. While some viewed the armed pair as a significant threat, others on the brink of despair saw them as a potential beacon of hope. The men remained fully covered, preventing identification, but their agility and ability to navigate the heavy snow signaled superior resources and survival capabilities. In Villa 204, a stunningly beautiful female celebrity, who had been starving for 3 days and exhausted her charcoal supply, watched the scene with intense conflict. Having failed to borrow supplies from neighbors due to the harsh realities of the crisis, she resolved to approach Zhang Yi and Su Hao, convinced that her unparalleled beauty and status would charm them into providing aid, believing no one could resist the allure of a goddess like herself. Zhang Yi, maintaining a state of high alert for a potential life-or-death confrontation, arrived with his bound pawn, Su Hao, at the formidable structure known as Yonk Manor 101. The building stood as a palace within the luxury villa district, a solemn and magnificent black villa constructed from an unknown metallic material that gave it the imposing appearance of a Nordic castle. Its roof was blanketed in pristine snow, and its entrance steps rose 2 to 3 meters above the snow surface, a testament to its supreme defensive design and the sheer power of wealth required to build it a decade prior. Inside the villa's control room, the antagonist Wang Siming observed their arrival on a monitor, his eyes fixed intently on the feed. He was caught completely off guard by their premature appearance and was deeply dissatisfied by the absence of the snowmobile Su Hao had promised him. Hesitating, he refused to open the door initially, until Su Hao, with Zhang Yi's pistol pressed to his head, desperately signaled through the security camera, pleading that their hard-won opportunity would be wasted otherwise. Convinced by Su Hao's urgency and confident in his shelter's impenetrable defenses, Wang Siming finally pressed the button, and the heavy, seamless black metal door slowly swung open. Zhang Yi immediately shoved Su Hao forward as a human shield, pressing the gun firmly to his head as they entered a 10-meter-long, brilliantly lit corridor made of dark silver metal. The moment they reached the corridor's midpoint, the entrance door slammed shut behind them. From hundreds of small holes in the walls, white hypnotic gas erupted, instantly engulfing them. As Su Hao fell truly unconscious, Zhang Yi secretly activated his dimensional portal to absorb all the gas around him and donned a gas mask. He then leaned against the wall, feigning collapse to play along with the trap. From his control room, a confident Wang Siming, having heard staged arguing and gunshots over the speakers, swirled his wine glass and announced his intention to enter and tie them up, completely unaware that Zhang Yi was fully conscious and poised to strike the moment he appeared. Zhang Yi leaned against the cold metallic wall of the corridor, his body perfectly still and his breathing shallow as he maintained the illusion of being subdued by the hypnotic gas. He listened intently, his right hand poised near his holster, ready to draw his weapon the moment his target, Wang Siming, appeared. The dark golden door ahead of him hissed open, but the figure that stepped through was not the wealthy shelter owner. Zhang Yi's eyes narrowed to slits, a silent curse forming in his mind directed at the useless Su Hao, whose intelligence had failed to mention anyone else residing in this fortress. The man was tall and burly, a cookery knife in one hand and a coil of rope hanging from his waist. Zhang Yi recognized him instantly as Lin Geng, a famous movie star and known associate of Wang Siming. This unexpected complication forced Zhang Yi to recalibrate his plan instantly. Attacking now would risk alerting Wang Siming, who undoubtedly had further contingencies. He had to wait, to play the part of the captured prey perfectly. Lin Geng approached with the confident swagger of a man who believed he had already won. He prodded Zhang Yi's arm with the tip of his kukri, the sharp point digging through thick clothing to deliver a sharp, testing jab of pain. Zhang Yi gritted his teeth, absorbing the sensation without so much as a flinch, his entire focus on the man's movements. Satisfied that his prisoner was truly unconscious, Lin Geng roughly confiscated Zhang Yi's pistol and began wrapping him in thick, sturdy ropes, binding his arms and legs with efficient, practiced motions. He then hoisted Zhang Yi's seemingly limp body onto his broad shoulder with a grunt of effort and carried him out of the corridor, leaving the genuinely unconscious Su Hao behind on the floor. As he was carried, Zhang Yi kept his eyes mere slits, secretly cataloging every detail of the shelter's astonishing interior, a spaceship-like labyrinth of futuristic metallic rooms and luxurious finishes that defied the apocalyptic hellscape outside. He was unceremoniously dumped onto a hard, cool floor in a vast circular hall. The opulence was staggering, a symphony of dark silver metals and warm lighting that spoke of $1 billion budget. Lin Gung's voice echoed with contemptuous triumph as he announced his arrival to the room. A moment later, Wang Ximing himself emerged from a side door, resplendent in a garish yellow bathrobe, a smug grin of absolute victory plastered across his face. He spoke of his shelter's invincibility, boasting about its cost and effectiveness to his friend, utterly convinced that the man on the floor before him was nothing more than a trussed-up prize. The two men began chatting casually, their backs partly turned as they dreamed aloud about commandeering Zhang Yi's snowmobile for joyrides, their conversation a testament to their arrogance and perceived security. It was the perfect moment. While their attention was diverted, Zhang Yi mentally opened the portal to his other dimensional storage. He did not withdraw a weapon, but instead released the very same high-intensity hypnotic gas he had absorbed from the corridor trap moments earlier. The invisible, odorless agent flooded the immediate area around the two celebrating men. Wang Ximing was the first to notice something was amiss, complaining that Lin Gung was shaking. Lin Gung, already succumbing to the gas, slurred that Wang Ximing had somehow multiplied into 6 blurry figures. Their words dissolved into confused mumbles as their bodies swayed uncontrollably before they both collapsed into limp heaps on the floor, unconscious. The trap had been perfectly reversed. With his enemies neutralized, Zhang Yi moved with swift, ruthless efficiency. A dagger appeared in his hand from his spatial storage, and he sawed through the ropes binding him. He rose to his feet, a predator finally free to hunt in his new domain. He quickly collected all their weapons, including Wang Ximing's ludicrously ornate gold Desert Eagle pistols, which he dismissed as pretty but impractical before storing them away. He then bound both men with expert, inescapable tortoise-shell bindings, securing their limbs further with tight plastic cable ties to prevent any possibility of escape. Only then did he allow himself to truly take in the scale of his new acquisition. The living room was colossal, over 100 square meters, furnished with a massive television, a well-stocked bar, and a pristine kitchen. A door led to an even more unbelievable sight: a vast, climate-controlled ecological park complete with a botanical garden of withering tropical plants and a section of abandoned farmland. The shelter was a self-contained world. He explored further, ascending to a second floor dedicated to pure decadence, an arcade with every console imaginable and walls of priceless figurines, a waterbed room, and other luxuries. His exploration reached a sudden pause when he opened one final door. Inside, 3 stunningly beautiful women, with figures both hot and faces delicate, huddled together in a corner, their large eyes wide with terror as they stared at the armed stranger who had suddenly appeared in their gilded cage.